Hello everyone, my name is Teacher Malou Lorraine. I've been working with SMARTER since 2006 and it's been 17 years now since I've been part of SMARTER BRUNEI.
Yes, my name is Lorraine and I've been working with SMARTER BRUNEI since 2011. It's been 12 years now since I've been part of the SMARTER team.
Okay, so we're here now for the World Autism Awareness Day video. And Teacher Lorraine, unfortunately, we have to answer some questions that they have prepared for us. Are you ready?
I'm nervous.
Same here. What is autism to you? For me, autism is more of a stigma that people put or give the children with autism. Because once a person is given a stigma, basically they are labeled. So others may call them special, but they are not treated special. Or because they are special, they are treated too much. You know, that they cannot do anything because they're so special that everyone will just do everything for them. And this stigma is actually what causes or what the effect of how people react to the individuals with autism. It's either a good interaction or reaction to the children, or sometimes basically because of the stigma there's a negative feedback or negative reaction that they show these children. So for me, that is what autism is. It's a stigma that is given to these children.
Okay, so what is autism to you? What is autism to me? Well, autism to me, before I enter SMARTER, before I work with SMARTER, autism is just, a developmental disorder.
Medical.
Oh yes, because I'm a nurse. So, for me, that is what autism is. That is what I know about autism. But since working with students and with a person and with individuals with autism, I came to realize that autism is just it's a world wherein it's a part of their world that we're not really willing to go in. You understand what I meant?
Yes.
It's like it's a very beautiful world, but it's just that it is very hard for them to share it with us because we are not willing to go in there, because we're not willing to understand them. That is now what autism meant for me.
Okay, so the question is, describe your first time working with kids with autism versus working with them now. Okay, so when I started working in SMARTER way back in 2006, my first reaction was really, what the hell am I doing here? I really don't know. Even though I did experience working with children with the special needs, it's really different when there are a lot of them. Usually it was only one by one. And I was very cautious. I was so afraid that I might do something, I might say something that might hurt them or might be misinterpreted, not just by the kids but the family also. So it happened quite a lot during my early days. But now that it's been 17 years, so basically it's different. One is, I know already how am I going to interact with them. I know now how to find ways to basically help them. Or it's through the observation that I usually do with all the kids that we have, the new kids that we will be having, or even the older ones. I can say that it's much easier now because I have learned to understand them and of course to be part of their world in a way.
Yeah. For me, it's the same as well. When I first came here in 2011, actually, SMARTER is the first job that I had here. So my background when I was in the Philippines, I'm doing customer service. So for me, it's like, oh my gosh, is this the profession that I really wanted to take? Do I really want to pursue my, my nursing career or things like that? Because for me, being with the people with autism, it makes me feel that I'm still in my career path. So when I first started with SMARTER, the first thing that we do, of course, is to observe and also train ourselves, and also listen to those who were in there first, so we would know and we will learn how to interact with students with autism. So when I first came, I was like, oh, okay, so is this really is it? Because for me, autism is just by the book. I only know autism by the book. And beforehand, before I went to the interview and things like that, I also kind of read what autism is, right? Yeah. So the first week, the first month, I was like, oh, okay. So it's like, for me, it's like playing with them, just being with them. So it's kind of hard because when they cry, I was like, is it my fault? Why are they crying? I didn't understand them? Things like that crossed into my mind. So of course, after after 12 years of being with them, I already understood what they want. It is because I also know that it's very important for us to know what they want, what they need, what triggers them. So since we all know the students, it is very easy for us to talk to them, to interact with them, and to understand them. So if I'm going to rate my experience from 1 to 10 when I was starting, I think it's kind of hard. We're in, I say, around 7. So unlike before, coming to work now is like, it's just an ordinary. So it feels like when I go to work, it feels like I'm in my second home. I'm home. Okay, next question. What are the common misunderstandings of autism? Okay. Common misunderstanding about autism, every time somebody asks me, where are you working? I said, oh, I'm working with SMARTER BRUNEI. SMARTER BRUNEI caters with giving services and also training for students and individuals with autism. They always say, oh, so are they like self-injure you, something like that? Do they have a lot of tantrums? They're not easy to go with. It's very hard for them to be around. So that is, I think, the misconception about autism. Autism is not like that, because actually autism it's very beautiful, because you will see they're unique, and it's just that we all have those traits, but the thing is, it's just a bit extra for them. That is why they're called special, because the special, the uniqueness is there, but a bit extra. That's why it's extraordinary. They're extraordinary. That is what I think.
Okay, so for me, the most what is it again? The common misunderstanding of autism is people always think that individuals with autism are very violent. Their behavior is more on the aggressive side, and that's why, based on my experience with all the visitors that we have here, or every time we bring the children outside for our community adaptation, especially on the earlier days, people are like, they're always afraid. They're very what do you call that? They're very cautious when it comes to dealing. Oh, are they going to be like this, or would they do this if I approach them? So actually, for me, it's they're not supposed to be approached like that, on that way. It's more of like I think the awareness has always been the problem since autism has, or since SMARTER BRUNEI has started, because until now, actually, there are still a lot of people who they don't understand, they don't know what to do, and they're still afraid, and they're still worried that they might do something, or they're afraid to help others, especially if parents or anyone would experience seeing a child having a meltdown in the public. So I think that's the most common misconception about them being aggressive or being violent. Alright?
Okay. Alright, so in your opinion, what is the most valuable lesson you have learned from the kids? Okay, so in my opinion, the most valuable thing that I learned from our students, from the kids, is just that you have to, awareness is one thing, but you have to accept them as what they are. And it is because if you get to know them, so if you know them, you already know what to do. So for me, the thing that I learned from them is, it's like, if that is what SMARTER tells us all about, that we have to have the clues: compassion, love, understanding, empathy, and support. Because if you love them, if you understand them, and if you empathize with them, if you support them, they're going to support you back. Because it's human nature. Whatever you put in, it will go back to you. So I think that is what I learned from them. You have to be very gentle with them, love them, and care for them, so they will love you back.
Okay, for me, the most valuable lesson that I learned from these children is, you need to know, or you have to ask. So, well, knowing our late Sir Malay, he likes to have abbreviations, right? So ask for me is attitude, skills, and knowledge. So those three things are basically what I have learned. Being in the medical field, meaning I have the knowledge, because we did study autism. As what you've said, it's all by the book, all the terminologies, we know those things. So we have the knowledge, but it's not enough. It would never be enough that you only have the knowledge. Having the knowledge doesn't mean you know what to do. And then the next one is the skills, basically. So skills is, even though sometimes you have a lot of experience already, it doesn't mean that you know also what to do, or how are you going to help them. Yes, you have the skills, you underwent all those trainings, everything, but it's still the same. It's never enough. Even if you have the knowledge, you have the skills, that's not enough. What is important is you have to have the right attitude. Having the right attitude would help you understand them, as what you said, basically the clues.
Yes.
Having the right attitude will give you compassion. You will learn to love them. You know how to understand them. And of course, you're going to be empathetic. And having all those things, you would be able to support them. So, having the right attitude, skills, and basically all those things, if you have those three, you'll have you're basically given the biggest opportunity or the greatest opportunity to help these children. So for me, that's what I have learned from them, to ensure to have the right attitude.
True.
Yes. Okay, finally, for our last question. What is the most rewarding part of your job? For me, actually, ever since as the years pass by, I don't look at what I'm doing is basically as just a job that I have to go to or just something that you have to do. For me, it's more of it's a sacrifice that we have done or that we are actually still doing. And the most rewarding is being part of one big family. SMARTER being a big family, so it's a privilege for me to be part of this family for 17 years now. And one thing that is really fulfilling or as rewarding as it is to be able to be part of each of the family's joy, pain, sometimes suffering, but for every success or every achievement that this family, that the children experience, you are there. You are with them. So basically, that's one thing that I'm really proud to be able to experience, that it's really a big or a great reward that I have experienced and that I am still experiencing now.
Yeah. So for me, the biggest reward, it is, just like what you said, being in a family. I mean, like treating the families of the students, treating you as one of their family members. It's very easy to, it's very what do you call this? Heartwarming to know that even if you're not in your own country, even if you're not related by blood, but then
they welcome us.
Yes, they welcomed us with open arms, and I think that's what is kind of rewarding having SMARTER Brunei. And also, you remember what Sir Malay is always saying, telling us, if you are looking for financial stability, if you're looking for a financial gain, okay, working with SMARTER, you don't belong
never
here.
get it.
You don't belong in SMARTER. But if you want to have a reserved room in heaven, that is where you belong, SMARTER, because it is like you are reserving a room in heaven. It is because these students, our individuals with autism, they're all our angels. So for me, that is the most rewarding part of the job of being with SMARTER, is that that you do what is best for them, and you can sleep at night that you know that you did all your best, and you treated them as your family, as your own.
And just to add up also, what's rewarding is, we all know as teachers, even for the small things that we do for these kids, what's important is we are making a difference in their life.
Yes.
So that's really something that at the end of the day we will always be proud of. I am part of their family, and I know I have done something.
Yes.
And it's so good also to feel that the families or everyone really appreciate what we are doing. Yes.
happy World Autism Awareness Day to everybody. And I would also, I want to thank Smarter Brunei for giving us the opportunity to be, to be with the students, to be part of their growth, to be part of their developments, and for all those sacrifices that we did, for all those challenges. We all know that we're going to overcome it, and we're going to, give them the best that they can have.
Okay, so as for me, I just wanted to say that happy World Autism Awareness Day. And just always remember that as we, the teachers or the therapists, will always be here for your children. We will do our best to ensure that we'll be working together, hand in hand, together with everyone, with the family, with the community, and everyone that is involved in the lives of these children with autism or individuals with autism. So let's all be patient. Let's learn to understand them better and ensure that we are always there to provide them all the opportunities that they will be able to experience a better life, for them to become independent on their own way, and for them to experience what life has to offer. That's it.